Chapter 1 of Aunt Jane's Nieces Out West. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Lynne Thompson. Aunt Jane's Nieces Out West by L. Frank Baum. Chapter 1. Caught by the Camera. "This is getting to be an amazing old world," said a young girl, still in her teens, as she musingly leaned her chin on her hand. "It has always been an amazing old world, Beth," said another girl who was sitting on the porch railing and swinging her feet in the air. "True, Patsy," was the reply, "but the people are doing such peculiar things nowadays." "Yes, yes!" exclaimed a little man, who occupied a reclining chair within hearing distance. "That is the way with you young folks, always confounding the world with its people." "Don't the people make the world, Uncle John?" asked Patricia Doyle, looking at him quizzically. "No, indeed. The world could get along very well without its people. But the people—" "To be sure they need the world," laughed Patsy, her blue eyes twinkling so that they glorified her plain, freckled face. "Nevertheless," said Beth De Graf, soberly, "I think the people have struck a rapid pace these days and are growing bold and impudent. The law appears to allow them too much liberty. After our experience of this morning I shall not be surprised at anything that happens, especially in this cranky state of California." "To what experience do you allude, Beth?" asked Uncle John, sitting up straight and glancing from one to another of his two nieces. He was a genial-looking, round-faced man, quite bald and inclined to be a trifle stout. Yet his 50-odd years sat lightly upon him. "Why, we had quite an adventure this morning," said Patsy, laughing again at the recollection, and answering her uncle because Beth hesitated to. "For my part, I think it was fun, and harmless fun at that. But Beth was scared out of a year's growth. I admit feeling a little creepy at the time myself, but it was all a joke, and really we ought not to mind it at all." "Tell me about it, my dear," said Mr. Merrick, earnestly, for whatever affected his beloved nieces was of prime importance to him. "We were taking our morning stroll along the streets," began Patsy, "when on turning a corner we came upon a crowd of people who seemed to be greatly excited. Most of them were workmen in flannel shirts, their sleeves rolled up, their hands grimy with toil. These stood before a brick building that seemed like a factory, while from its doors other crowds of workmen and some shop girls were rushing into the street, and several policemen were shaking their clubs and running here and there in a sort of panic. At first Beth and I stopped and hesitated to go on, but as the sidewalk seemed open and fairly free, I pulled Beth along, thinking we might discover what the row was about. Just as we got opposite the building a big workman rushed at us and shouted, 'Go back! Go back! The wall is falling!' Well, Uncle, you can imagine our dismay. We both screamed, for we thought our time had come for sure. My legs were so weak that Beth had to drag me away, and her face was white as a sheet and full of terror. Somehow we managed to stagger into the street, where a dozen men caught us and hurried us away. I hardly thought we were in a safe place when the big workman cried, 'There, young ladies, that will do. Your expression was simply immense, and if this doesn't turn out to be the best film of the year, I'll miss my guess. Your terror-stricken features will make a regular hit, for the terror wasn't assumed, you know. Thank you very much for happening along just then.'" Patsy stopped her recital to laugh once more, with genuine merriment, but her cousin Beth seemed annoyed, and Uncle John was frankly bewildered. "But what was it all about?" he inquired. "Why, they were taking a moving picture, that was all, and the workmen and shop girls and policemen were all actors. There must have been 100 of them, all told, and when we recovered from our scare I could hear the machine beside me clicking away
Sample complete. Ready to continue?